I make apple pie squares every year for the holidays. But I never know what kind of apples to use. I use different apples every year. So is there better apples?
Most people like to bake with Granny Smiths. I don't, that's not my vibe. I like to use Northern Spies, which are the longest season up by me in the Adirondack Mountains. I like Northern Spies and Braeburns. But the rule of thumb, as Grant says on our show all the time, is if the apple is too sweet, add more lemon. If the apple is too tart, add a little more sugar. But honestly, you're the boss of your apple squares, so you use whatever apple, dang it, you like. Yes.
My name is Zakia, and my family gave me the responsibility of grocery shopping for the first time for Thanksgiving, and I don't know the difference between a sweet potato and a yam. They look exactly alike to me.
Well, they're not. The pointier, shorter one is a yam, and it's from the Caribbean or Caribbean, however you choose to pronounce it, and it has a much higher sugar content. Sweet potatoes look like large russet potatoes, but they're orange in color. And sweet potatoes are the most nutrient-dense item per weight that you can buy in the produce department.
There's a difference.
One is a lot sweeter. So if they told you, if they really like sweet food, get the yam. If you want more of a mashed potato type thing or a sweet potato pie, get your sweet potato. And you can always ask your produce guy. That's what they're there for.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, honey.
Hi, so my name is Melissa. I'm a student at NYU and hosting Friendsgiving in my really small apartment for the first time, and I don't know how much turkey or how big a turkey I should buy.
Generally speaking, a pound per person if you're going to roast a turkey, but depending on how small your apartment actually is, you might want to think about alternatives. For my Friendsgiving, I often make a turkey meatloaf, which is delicious and fun and easy, and you can make them as fancy, you know, you can roll them with all types of interesting fillings. And you can also buy turkey breasts. You can buy a single turkey breast for every 4 people is a good guideline. It's easier for you to roast. It'll roast a lot quicker, and it'll be a lot easier to get it out of the oven if you're dealing with a tiny kitchen and a tiny space than trying to do a whole turkey. Anyway, have fun with your friends.
Thank you. So, Rachel, I have a confession.
Okay.
Every year I serve cranberry sauce, but I hate it. Are there any alternatives to cranberry sauce?
First of all, stop serving what you hate. Any sort of chutney, if you love mango chutney and you like to have that with your Indian food, that's great. Or any sort of apple relish would be delicious. You can make salsas that go well with turkey. You know, really, you're the boss of it. You're the boss of your turkey. You know, do you like gravy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so I would just jazz up your gravy, and, you know, if somebody wants cranberry sauce and you don't groove on cranberries, tell them to bring a can for themselves and, like, move along. You know, it also depends on what kind of turkey you're making. If you're spicing your turkey with garlic and herbs, you can serve it with red sauce if you want. Like, we made a rolled turkey meatloaf here that was like a giant meatball stuffed with mozzarella and greens. I served that with a kind of an autumn-flavored tomato sauce. You can be as creative as you like. We made a rolled roast pork here that would be delicious, the same treatment for turkey, where we made an apple salsa with jalapenos and red onion. It was absolutely delicious with like a chipotle gravy. You could put a little ground chipotle and adobo into your gravy. So you could go Tex-Mex, you can go Italian, you can go French. You can go any direction you want, and who cares if you don't have cranberries? There's not gonna be a police at the door going, "Let us in! We have brought your cranberries!"
My question is, how do I know when to take the turkey out of the oven?
On your instant read thermometer, it should read 160 and let it rest. I take it out at 160 or 165, and it'll carry over, cook a bit, let it set for at least half an hour before you carve.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks to all of our guests today. We'll see everybody. Bye-bye.